This is a Talk2Jack podcast with UnkuJack, exploring topics on heart, mind, soul, and the human experience. Let's talk. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Talk2Jack podcast. I am UnkuJack. I love saying that. I don't know why. But how's everyone doing? I hope you're doing great. Today's going to be a short one, shorter than usual. A few weeks ago, I was talking to someone, and he referenced something about prosperity. And as I tend to do, because I have the world's greatest library at my disposal, like you all do, Google, I decided to look up the word, the etymology of the word, the origins. I wanted to understand where the origin of the word prosperity came from. And it was interesting to find that most of the modern interpretations of the word take root in the meaning to do well, or to do well by acquiring wealth, or to do well by gaining property, or by gaining status, or by gaining wealth. But one of the interpretations came from an old Latin word. I believe it was prospero. Can't remember right now, because guess what? My brain leaks a lot these days, which is fine. You can look it up yourself, or I can look it up and put it up on the screen for you when you see this video. But what I found interesting was that the root of one of the interpretations of the word, and one of the roots of the word, meant to be happy, or to be satisfied, or to be in a state of peace. And I found that very interesting, because I realized that a lot of people struggle to gain wealth because they want a sense of security, they want a sense of status, they want a sense of comfort, and they want to not struggle, they want to not hustle or anything. Essentially, why do most people chase wealth is because they want peace, and they want to be happy, and they want to be satisfied, and they want to be comfortable. And so the root of the word to prosper, or prosperity, takes root in that core understanding that we all want to be happy, we all want to have peace, and we want to be satisfied. So when somebody says live long and prosper, it's live long and have peace, and have happiness, and have satisfaction. What I interpreted all of that to mean is that to be prosperous is to have a peaceful, a happy, a sated state of mind. And if money and resources are one of the tools to achieve that, fine, great, that's what it is. But it speaks less to your status, or a particular volume or quantity of wealth that you acquire, and more to a state of mind, a state of being, a state of heart, that to prosper is to be at peace, to be happy, to be satisfied. And that is what the roots of prosperity is to get to a state where you're at peace, where you're happy, where you're satisfied. And that brings me to this other thing that happens with most people, that people tend to chase things all the time. You're chasing wealth, you're chasing wealth, but you don't have any end game. You don't know what you would do with it if you got it. I want $1 billion. Okay, great. What would you do with $1 billion? I don't know. I just want $1 billion. I don't want to ever want money again. I want $1 billion. So you get $1 billion. And you spend money frivolously. You spend money on stupid shit. You spend money on anything and everything because you don't have an end game. There's no plan for that money. There's no plan for that wealth. So it gets wasted. And you still want more. You start looking for more. You want more and more. I want this and I want that. And then the moment you get that, you want that and that and that and that. And what happens ultimately is that you find yourself in a state where you are dissatisfied, constantly wanting more, because there was no end game. The objective was money. It was not peace. So you're not prosperous in that state, no matter how much money you have. You have wealth, you have money, but you don't have prosperity. You don't have peace. You don't have satisfaction. You're not sated. You're not happy. And so determine for yourself what's more important to you. Is it to be at peace? Is it to be happy, Is it just to have money? And if money is the thing that will make you happy, sure, go for it. But it rarely ever does. If having the right job is the thing that's going to make you happy, go for it. Also rarely ever does. You need to find that state of mind that gives you peace and happiness. And I promise you, the thing that does give you that state of mind is rarely ever tied to anything tangible or physical. It's something that comes from within. And if you can achieve that, there's this thing in the law of attraction where once you achieve that state within yourself, you start to attract those things that complement that state. So once you achieve a certain level of peace and satisfaction and happiness, then you start to attract things that bolster that within you. Be it money, be it the right friends, be it the right relationships, be it the right jobs, be it the right status, whatever. But it just tends to kind of flow that way. But it doesn't necessarily flow the other way around. So just a short message today about prosperity, about the true meaning of prosperity, and about finding your own prosperity, finding that state of mind, that state of existence, that state of being that is sustainable, that is long-term, that will attract more of itself unto you and into you, both in your mental space, your heart space, your soul space, your spirit space, and your physical space. I hope you found that interesting. I told you it was going to be a short one. I keep to my word. You can follow us on social media at UnkuJack. That's UnkuJack on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can also find us on our website at jackandi.com. I hope that you stay safe. I hope that you have a great time. And I hope and I pray and I wish prosperity on you all. Have a great day, everyone. And as always, be inspired. This has been the Talk2Jack podcast with UnkuJack. Tune in next time for another episode.